Joining us now is President of the Counterpoint Institute for Policy, Research and Education, Dr. Shea Bradley-Farrell, a friend. She's also the author of Last Warning to the West, Hungary's Triumph Over Communism and the Woke Agenda. Great read. Dr. Shea, it's great to have you back.
Hey, Chanel, an honor to be with you.
Well, in your latest piece in the Washington Times, you say the U.S. must learn from the warfare that is happening in Ukraine. Walk us through that.
Well, it's really interesting, Chanel. The U.S. is lagging behind the new generation of warfare. And Ukraine, the Russia-Ukraine war, is our best example of that. Russia is sending drones, relatively cheap drones, maybe around $30,000, that it has got from Iran and from Turkey, sending these drones into Ukraine and destroying multi-million-dollar U.S. weapon systems. On the other hand, Ukraine is using our much more expensive weapons to destroy these less expensive, less complex drones. So the math doesn't add up, Chanel, and you're absolutely right. I believe the basis of this is because politicians are still lining their pockets, with lobbyist money from the military-industrial complex to maintain this status quo. There's one more thing that really has stood out for me lately. You mentioned, different types of warfare. Well, we spent 20 years in Afghanistan and Iraq fighting really a primitive type enemy. And it's a different situation. It's different warfare between Russia and Ukraine. Electronic warfare is very important. And that's the other thing. Russia has the upper hand in electronic warfare in this war and is jamming U.S. weapons systems. And in some cases, it has actually made the Ukrainians trade our weapons out for these drones that they're building in their garages. So this is like I said, it's bad math. It's not good for the taxpayers, and it could be very devastating for the United States in our next war.
Shea, from a tactical perspective, the U.S. military is famously versatile. Our troops on the ground, they'll adjust to the situation at hand normally. However, our bureaucracy on the Pentagon side is infamously slow to make changes. So my question to you is how long do you think it would actually take for us to change up these strategies and to learn from these, frankly, deadly mistakes, these very expensive and deadly mistakes?
Well, I'm concerned that we're not learning quick enough. I believe it was about a year ago that DoD announced a drone technology initiative that they were doing, supposed to roll out in about 16 to 18 months, something like that. And when I checked back in on it last week, the update is that really because of the bureaucracy, is what you're saying, is we're nowhere near where we should be. For example, Ukraine, like I said, sometimes in their garages building these drones are able to replace about 10,000 drones a month. This initiative that the U.S. is doing is lagging far behind that. So it's kind of crazy. We have to rethink how we are investing in U.S. weapons. You know that I am not a fan of all the investment that the U.S. has put into this war in Ukraine against Russia. There's no secret about that. But I will say it has taught us some lessons about how far our weaponry is behind, Chanel. And this isn't just in this region. I mean, right now we're concerned about what's going on in Iran and Israel. For example, right. Iran sends drones into Israel, and some of these drones you can have like 6 to 10 feet high. The defense system in Israel is only able to knock out about 50% of those coming in that low, because Iron Dome, of course, is looking up, right? It's looking for the threat in the sky. So there's many different examples, but we have got to rethink and invest in companies that are looking for advanced technology, like maybe that's it right there, technology focused contractors, but it's got to be a big change.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.